The population of Britain is ageing. It's the biggest demographic shift for 200 years. And with ageing, the design of our places and spaces, our products and services have got to change to accommodate their needs. Designers have a role to play as well in designing a more inclusive world. But have they got the right tools and techniques? Have they got the right information to design for a population that is ageing quickly? How can they bring people in from the cold?
There's two stages here. There's impacting it to actually break it up, like bang, bang, bang,
and
bang.
then there's cleaning.
Yeah, you have to. One hand is doing the pushing, but the other one's pushing down on it.
Yeah. The brief these designers have to tackle is a classic design problem. How do you find a novel and inclusive way to remove ice from a windscreen without resorting to the standard aerosol?
It's pretty hard here in London when it's about 30 degrees outside for us to talk about de-icing a car.
Designers are very well intentioned and they really want people to be able to use their designs, but very often I think that's not the case. So good intentions really aren't enough, and what we need is good information. We need good information about people's actual capabilities and experiences. And then what we need is the tools that can translate that information in a way that designers can actually use to make their products more inclusive.
iDesign 3 has afforded us a very interesting opportunity to design a toolkit for designers. And the various key components to that. One is quite simply trying to rethink the way we describe people's capability, and to build a prototype data set from about 400 people of a range of capabilities from motion to sensory to cognitive that would be of use in helping designers understand people. A second part of that from the University of Loughborough is really understanding how the context of use of a product challenges the way in which people can use that product, how ambient light affects their ability to see what they need to see within the product, for example. And the third part of the work is work done at the RCA, really trying to understand people, access to people, maybe directly by providing people to work with designers or personas to be used within the design process.
The user goal is the same for both. It's de-ice. De-ice the car.
So if we do the user journey, first task.
The use of any particular product will involve a whole set of tasks. We have an introductory tool, which we call a demand assessment, which looks at a whole scope of tasks and starts to understand, relatively speaking, which ones are the hardest from a vision perspective, from a dexterity perspective, from a cognitive perspective, and which ones are the easiest.
So this helps map out, the difficult points, and the tools help us explore what's difficult and what's not.
Just listing out every single step and then trying it with the gloves on and the glasses. It was really highlighted a couple of bits that were almost impossible that I probably hadn't even thought of.
It helps us narrow straight in on a part of the design that does need looking at. And we know that it's worth looking at in relation to everything else that we've considered.
It is also important to recognize that a person with different types of capabilities may be working in different contexts of use, in different lighting levels, and in different weather conditions, noise, vibration.
What we know from people using products is that they're used in everyday environments. So people view things when it's dark outside or when it's bright and sunny. We know that affects people's visual capability. We know that the cold affects people's dexterity as well and vibration as well. So what we have here is a tool that gives you information on people's capabilities in these different scenarios of use.
It tells us, that I guess it's this 90% here and here, isn't it? It's good.
Will be used outdoors, and then fine fingers.
Which is kind of that sort of thing. And this is just saying that in winter you get a 14% reduction in this sort of movement.
At the end of what we're trying to do is give designers scientific information on people's capabilities and allow them to use that to drive their design decisions, and therefore if we can do that we can end up with some really usable inclusive products in the marketplace.
At the Royal College of Art, we've built on the scientific knowledge of our partners, and we've created a website that really makes their data come alive in a real sense for designers. This is a website in which designers can come and interact with the real lives of people and learn from their experiences. There are also sections on methods, on ethics, on the activities of daily living, hundreds of case studies and lots of inspirational ideas.
Our website is working with all the iDesign tools to facilitate the interaction between people and designers. We want to enable the designers to go out to meet real people.
I think for designers who have just started working in the field of inclusive design, some of the resources on the website would just be amazing. So just knowing what you can ask people and how you should ask them, how you should approach them, what they're expected to do and what you're expected to do, and things like the paperwork would just be really valuable to have.
It's been good to look at all the different tools and how they tackle a lot of different areas. The tools all used together as a toolkit have been really good at informing the whole design process.
I think the tools also helped us a lot to put ourselves in a position that is far away from where we are now. So now it's London, 30 degrees, and we were thinking to be in the countryside of Britain with like -5 and a car to the ice.
So if we think about what is the real essence of inclusive design, I would say it's better design, not inclusive design. It's about people, not users. From the designer's perspective, it's about information rather than data. And it's about ultimate innovation rather than adaptation. That's the real spirit of inclusive design or better design.